1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
8, 9, 10.
All right. Well, I believe we have it right. Say something again.
Say something again.
All right. We counted down. Man, what's
cracking? What's happening?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, love.
Let me get this out the way. We're still in our podcast room across the way. You can't see it, but it's my wife's. Basically, we look like Breaking Bad. Have you ever seen Breaking Bad? They had all the gallons of chemicals to make meth, but instead of making meth, my wife actually today launched her organic body skincare line,
right?
Natural soap, body oils, and so forth. I serve as the director of vision, mailroom for all the packages and shit that be coming to the house. Director of marketing. I don't get paid shit.
All the business operations. And I'm behind the scenes in the design process.
And I was the first investor, so it's all good.
Boo.
Yeah, it's all good. You got an agenda today? What are we supposed to be talking about? I got it.
We're talking about healthy competition in relationships.
Yeah.
Especially marriages.
Yeah.
Keeping it interesting. Seeing who comes out on top. The woman or the man.
So the first thing we need to say, like, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
It's she has her AK shirt on, so I have my chapter frat shirt on just to support. I know J15 is loading in a week from today. But no, it's good. We haven't done a podcast in months.
A couple of months.
Really, like probably 5 months.
Life again.
But no excuse. One of the things that we said we wanted to do this year is we wanted, really be disciplined. Be consistent, and that just comes with discipline. I saw something where it said it's one thing to be consistent, it's another thing to be persistent, because you could be consistently wrong or consistently ineffective. But so I got what they were saying. But yeah, I mean, we're just trying to, or not trying. I hate that word too. We're just locked in on being better. I mean, the reason why we did put our podcast off for so long are good reasons. Mainly, her skincare line, body skincare line, and then my film that I'm working on.
On a film, y'all.
So yeah,
that's big business. That's a big deal.
Yeah, you got to get it done. But
you're gonna get it done.
But yeah, so it's 2023. We're back. No Formula 22. To the 100 or 200 plus people that have downloaded us.
Thank you so much.
And been waiting for us to return, and we've been slacking. Like we definitely appreciate you. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what's first on the agenda. But yeah, I mean,
I told you,
healthy. Okay, all right, cool. I know I wrote something else out, but so it was interesting. I was in the shower. So my wife and I had this. I feel like the shower and I like to swim are like the best times for me to think, because I don't have any distractions. I have no phone, no TV, like none of the electronics that we depend on. It's just you and your thoughts. And so my wife and I had a conversation a while ago about just like what's healthy competition in relationships.
What is healthy?
What is there's always the percentage where they say sometimes it's 80-20, 60-40. Is it ever 50-50?
Rarely is it 50-50, but it depends on given times in the relationship when it'll be 80-20, 60-40. And I think in a healthy relationship, couples understand that there's going to be give and take on each end, where you're going to have to show up more for your partner in given situations and vice versa, and to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? It's never going to be completely even in how much each partner gives to the relationship or to the marriage.
So we also do this thing where we give grades to each other.
Right.
We try to do weekly grades. It could be everything from communication to what have you. But when we got into the percentage thing, well, my wife was tripping. What'd you say?
My perception. I said originally, I think I said 60-40.
Yeah, nah, it was something. It was something slanted.
If anything, it was 70-30.
But 70-30 for what though? Like you have to. See, I told her you got to categorize, because there might be something like, let's just say if it's cooking 70-30.
That's what I was thinking. Cooking, it's like 70-30, 80-20, leaning towards myself. That does majority of the cooking.
Yeah.
And I think that is because I have an inclination for it.
Yeah,
I'm quicker.
You're definitely quicker.
I'm the better cook out of the two.
I mean, it depends what we're talking about.
And
like my salmon game is serious though.
I think my salmon game is.
But see, I like to put when I grill my salmon. Oh, it's amazing. But anyway, and my vegetables.
And I put my salmon in the air fryer.
My wife is a hater. She takes the easy way out.
Skillet.
Yeah,
it comes out amazing.
But
anyways,
getting back to the point, as my wife rambles about how awesome she is.
Wow.
Like, yeah, so we had like a spirited debate because I was like, okay, I'll concede on certain things, but then we got to talking about Caden, our son, and it was like, at first I was like, no, it's 50-50 because I put in a lot of work.
You do.
And I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't want any awards for it. But then I just started overall thinking about not just my wife, but in general what black women do, black moms in particular, and it'll never be. I mean, just the fact that the baby came out of you.
Exactly.
Automatically, there's never going to be that even level. And so I know me as a guy, as a man, as a proud black father, who I feel like a lot of times society wise we don't get the credit. I had to kind of take a step back and be like, wait a minute, my wife is definitely 60-40. You can't, as a father, we can't duplicate or replicate the things that you guys do. Again, especially as a black mom. Shout out to all the moms of all ethnicities and nationalities. But, black moms come with different challenges than anyone else.
I think it's an innate thing as well, too, because, we carry these children and we have this motherly instinct. Agreed. That we want to be the end-all, be-all, or we step into every lane for the child. Not that the father doesn't, have anything to give, but it's just natural for us to care and nurture this child. But I think in our relationship, maybe more on my end, and it just really depends on what's happening, right? So when it comes to schoolwork, Aaron has certain subjects that he manages with.
Hey, if it's math, you shit out of luck, buddy.
I do the math.
Yeah, it's math. I'm out.
Right. There's certain subjects that I do with Caden, and that's a great balance. So the schooling is not always on me. When it comes to the parenting, we share that as well too. We may have some slightly different parenting approaches or styles, but it comes to a collective at the end. So I think in that area, you definitely show up well as a father. You do amazing things for him, and you guys have that bond as father and son. And then Caden and I have a bond as, mother and son, and it's different, and I think it's supposed to be different, and the child gets the well-roundedness from that.
Look, my wife gets to be and growing up, like my mom, I mean, don't get it twisted, like it was a couple times moms put her hands on me when I was super young because I was just slick at the mouth. But for the most part, my mom got to be the good cop while dad was like the bad cop for like 16 years.
Same now.
But I grew up in an environment, in Chicago where, neither one of my parents were really focused on being my friends, but my dad was like, I'm just trying to make sure I get him out of high school and hopefully get him away from the city, for the most part unscathed. And for the most part, I mean, my parents did a great job. I just did some stupid things my senior year of high school, but so we take that approach as well. But at the same token, like Michelle, I'll say, Michelle, don't baby him, and I know
that's my baby.
And I know that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to prepare my buddy for being like, my son to be.
That's what you're
and that's what we're supposed to do. But the funny thing is, like when my wife when Caden has done something and my wife does not like it, oh my!
It's usually some domestic things like in the house.
It doesn't matter. Like
I'm trying to make sure that when he becomes an adult, he's a self-sufficient man.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Who doesn't need to rely on a woman to take care of him.
There's so much hypocrisy. There's so much hypocrisy in this because when I'm hard on Caden, my wife is like, "Oh, don't be hard on the baby. Baby, come here."
Yeah,
but look, when Michelle gives him the business,
everybody moves out the way.
I just go upstairs. I'm like Homer Simpson in the bushes fading away. On top of that, like I ain't never made the boy get like, cause
you better stop right now. You better stop
I'll put it like this. My wife, she has some Caribbean in her, and when that comes out on top of just the black woman part, oh man, hey, I'm like, I want no parts of it because I'm afraid that you're gonna look at me and be like, what didn't you do? So I kind of just I like, hey, Caden, you on your own, buddy. Good luck.
Raising a well-rounded individual, mannerable.
Nah, he's doing his thing. Man, let's talk about last year real quick. What was your? I mean, we did a lot last year. I mean, thank God, God has truly favored us and blessed us. We're just very lucky. 2022 was dope. What was your favorite part about 2022? I mean, it might be hard to narrow it down.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to narrow it down.
We traveled a lot
internationally
as well.
Oh my God, the trip to Italy, to Venice.
Ennis.
Ennis. Venice.
I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Right?
No, Lake Como, Venice.
Right.
Went to Panama about 2 months ago.
Panama was awesome.
Domestically, we hit all the.
We went on holiday.
We hit all the black places, black cities, Memphis,
right.
Houston. We was like in Tallahassee 3 or 4 times for
went
rent.
To Florida for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Charlotte.
This is what I'm going to say is the best thing of 2022. Right?
Yes.
We talk about healthy competition as well too, right? So for my husband's 45th birthday, and he kept saying this is my menses birthday.
Now you got something in the stove? I heard it go.
Don't beep. That's good.
Okay. All
right.
All right.
I said, okay. Aaron doesn't like surprises. I said, trust me because I have a great, amazing surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And I threw him a surprise birthday party.
She did.
I got his main folks, his support system.
She did.
His business partners, his family, his friends to show up for him.
Yeah.
Everything to the T. This man did not know about this. I pulled it off so
I don't
good.
I don't trust you or my family or any of my friends. I'm like, how did people keep a secret from me for 3 months?
Because they love you and they wanted you to enjoy the surprise. And I got some key folks there that don't travel often that said, listen, I'm going to be there.
My line brother, my cousin.
Line brother and cousin. And I was stalking them like, you better be there.
Yeah, no, it was dope.
They made it happen.
They did. It did.
We walked in. Shout out to the bestie Katia and the fiance Daryl for letting me use them.
You're probably not supposed to say that because they haven't gone public with their thing yet. But whatever.
Well,
let them be mad at you. Not me. Not me.
I used them to kind of, give the premise of what we're doing.
Hey, I thought I was going to an engagement party.
I thought he was going to an engagement party.
Yeah.
And it was just all about him
and
the love
that
was poured on and how he showed up and he was
it was
great. Okay, fine.
Yes.
That was an amazing part of 2022. And I did that.
Yeah. Hey, look.
I did that with my various resources and partners and it happened.
Yeah. So, and we've already talked. I posted it on Instagram, saluting you, all the other stuff.
Yeah, but you asked me my opinion in 2022, and that was it.
At the party, like Michelle was just walking around, she'd look at me like drop the mic, like, I did this, and I'm like, okay, cool, no, you did it, and then she'd just be walking around like, I did this, but not.
Because I did.
She did
and
not.
I need my shine. I need my,
Yeah, she's Bobby Brown of the group. But no, she so I told her, I was like, it's the best day of my life, and she's like, well, wait a minute, what about the wedding? I was like, I had a lot to do with the wedding. Like, I was kind of the driver of that to an extent. So like this, I didn't have shit to do with it. Like, it was really a surprise. I've never had a surprise like that not a good surprise like that in my life, and so
it was an amazing day.
I'm thankful. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of like, even though after that we went to Panama a week later, I think.
We did.
But that was really like the dopest thing. But also we did I did an anniversary tribute to you, and I put it on TikTok and it went viral, so that was dope.
Amazing.
It just shows you the power of storytelling in its most simplest form. But it was just an opportunity for me to just, tell our story.
People love, and it was a love story.
Tell our, control our narrative and so forth. So that was dope. I turned 45. Sheesh, it's a blessing. Never thought I'd get to that when I was like younger. A lot of people didn't think I'd make it to 18. So,
45, and he looks like he's
something good. One of the things we did. Well, I guess this is the top of this year, but so I've always wanted, my wife twists my hair, and it looks, the designs are really dope. Yeah. And I always wanted to see if I could get it braided. Like, I have so much hair, but my wife was like, I'm not gonna let you ain't going nowhere and sit between no woman's thighs. So we finally found a braider that she's gone to, and her best friend went to. So like, just rocking with this, probably gonna rock with this for a little bit. So there's just like, just like little stuff that we just rocking with. Last year for us on our entrepreneurial projects was really about building a foundation, being patient with it, building our, whatever it was you needed for your stuff and for my film. And, now it's
coming to fruition.
It's go time. Like, for me, for you today.
Too.
No, I said, yeah, girl, we just talked about you. See, she always want to be the center of attention. I'm just.
That is not so. At least let's not go down that route.
But yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at we made a list of things we're supposed to talk about. But so the one thing I will say, we talked about discipline, and one thing I have to give my wife credit for, and just, you always start with giving God credit first, because without God, like, she doesn't come back to me. But when I noticed the changes in my life, how I moved, especially professionally, and one thing, and I'll acknowledge this, I've been, God has given me some amazing gifts, and I've been very talented in my career. I've had some really dope moments in my career, but I've never been disciplined enough to be consistently great. I've always been talented enough to get by, to get over when things hit the fan or things weren't going the way I needed them to go. But I've never been disciplined enough to be consistently great. And, when my wife came into my life, everything just changed, because everything for me became, that's not, but I'm just saying everything became intentional. So I moved with intentionality versus just with, just simply depending on my instincts alone.
Right.
Because the hustle is good, but I do believe you have to have intentionality. And so for me, I know my career has been develop the talent. Mm-hmm. The hustle's always been there. And then finding my purpose. And then on top of that purpose, making sure that the discipline is there to do, what we need to do. And that's kind of just, where we are. And so even today, like, we were kind of in and out. We were supposed to record this podcast like about 8 hours ago, probably.
Lazy Sunday.
But it was it was a lazy Sunday. We had a really positive Saturday. A lot of things happened. So, but we're here getting it done. It's so, we work out together. Nah, I mean, my wife says I'm like so if you ever seen
drill sergeant.
Yeah, drill sergeant. Like, it's just like, so my wife, one thing, I mean, Michelle, you're a hard worker beyond. So once we get down into the gym, but like, my wife is like real whiny and then stuff.
Yes,
and I was like, come on, like, we're in the gym. So my whole thing is, I was like, hey babe, like, how you gonna fit into them outfits, all them little fancy clothes to fit if we don't work out, And so, like, once we get into it, we get into it. But we've had issues at the gym where Michelle was about to like slap the shit out of me, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get us through the workout.
Just a little too harsh, a little too tough.
Yeah, I don't have a filter. I'm working.
I'm the soft one in this.
Most of the time. But yeah, I mean, those are working out for us is it's not just about working out. Like, a lot of times during the week.
It's not just about looks.
No, well, what I was gonna say, if you interrupted me, player,
this is
that
a conversation. Right?
No, wait.
I'm gonna sit here and let you do
See, we about to get off track. No, so like, when we be arguing, I like to say debate, because we don't really argue, but we do have debates. And she'll say, well, I wasn't finished. I'm like, well, I thought we was having a conversation, so I'll interject. So it's just funny. Those are the things that I laugh at. Of course, we're not perfect, so we do have our moments. But what I was about to say is that I think, damn, see, shit, I forgot what I was about to say because you interjected me. I'm 45, I'll be forgetting shit now. But nah, I mean, going back to the gym thing, it's not just about us working out. A lot of times during the weekday, like, that's our only time that we get to, like, just spend together. It's just us.
Right.
Every now and then, Kaden will creep down, which, these kids, they don't like to be working out. But yeah, so I enjoy the workout just as much for us having an opportunity to kind of spend time together. We get to kind of joke around a little bit, although, we try to be serious, and also, kind of catch up on the day. Like, how's your work day? How's my work day? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's important to me.
It's another way for us to connect.
Yeah, it's another way for us to connect. So that is that's always cool. But yeah, I mean, it's 2023. I got a colonoscopy coming up in 3-4 weeks.
Please take care of your health.
Yeah, you got to take care of your health. I've had
I
had a childhood friend who just passed from liver cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I have another friend who's we know her, but who's battling breast cancer, and some of those things you can avoid, but as men in particular, something we can avoid just by going to the doctor, changing regularly, and just trying to change our habits up a little bit, and taking care of our mental as well as our physical. That's important. I think the older I get, or I think now that we finally are together, my definition of happiness, my outlook at happiness is completely different. My level, my definition of, so first of all, I've always said, like, I've never chased money. I always chase happiness, because I know enough people with like real money that are not happy, that have some demons inside of them. But on top of that, though, or in addition to that, for me, my 20s and early 30s, I was chasing probably, I don't want to say fame, but I enjoyed I enjoyed the attention I wasn't chasing it. It was just kind of happening in certain things, and I was around people that were like very well known and so forth. But so I was kind of became addicted to that, which was not healthy in my opinion. But I was just in a different place. I had to grow, and I grew, and like for me, my high level of happiness now is I just want to be healthy. I want everybody I love and care about to be healthy. I'm a writer. That's dope. I love doing what I'm doing. I'm good at it. But I'm like, man, if God said like, hey, y'all move to Belize and open up a coffee shop, and that'll make us happy, we out of here. Like, that's one of the reasons why we travel internationally, just to kind of get a feel for different places that we feel like we can, coexist in. So what's your
I think it's about peace and joy.
What's yours though? Like, let's just take your 20s, when you was running around trying to avoid me.
My 20s was trying to
run around and avoid me,
trying to get this, whatever my career was, together,
and avoid me.
Anyways,
I was chasing her.
I just knew I was gonna be Robin Givens from Boomerang, right? No, career wise.
Nah, that's how you were. That's how you know. It's so funny that you said that, because you wasn't shit. Like, you just used me and then left the money on the table, and then went on internship.
Business.
Listen, in '98 she used me. Now she was great to me, but then she went on internship, and I felt dirty.
Please stop.
And
anyway, that's who I thought I was gonna be once I graduated college.
Robin Givens. Why not Halle Berry?
Because I was not.
Because you wasn't sweet
like that. No, I was very sweet.
No, listen.
That creative thing.
My wife is a killer. Like
Robin Givens.
Right, exactly. Right. My wife has no soul.
About the business.
My wife has had. Well, you do now.
Let me finish. So that's who I thought I was going to be, and then my career.
That's how you acted too.
From being in the business world to becoming a professor teaching business.
Well, I gotta get a whole bio.
And then when I was in my master's program at FAM, I had one class where I taught.
Oh my gosh.
Bachelor students, and I love this. So I said, okay, I think this.
That's your TED Talk. This the podcast.
That is not my TED Talk, but I do have a TED Talk. Y'all look me up on YouTube.
No, that shit's dope. We're gonna post that though.
But yeah,
no formula.
It changed
Instagram and YouTube.
Instead of
streaming all
operating in business, it was teaching business. So it was like the nurturing aspect, cultivating people. When you look at the Capricorn sign, we're supposed to be teachers. Anyway,
so all right, happy belated birthday to you as well.
I loved it, and
that's
education is where my
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I did have a birthday.
January 1st.
January 1st. Everybody celebrates my birthday. It's a beautiful thing. Because it's New Year's Day. Yes, everybody, know me or not, celebrates my birthday in some form of fashion. And I'm celebrating my birthday all month. So let's get with it.
Yeah, you're very full of yourself right now. It's okay though. Like I said, my wife is dope. You can read about her career journeys at various places. Maybe we'll just do a podcast. We'll just let you talk about that. But we like I said, we had fun. The holiday was cool too. We still kind of celebrating your birthday, but the only reason I've been kind of low key with her birthday, and we got gifts. I got you gifts and stuff, is because her 45 is coming up next year, and I'm not gonna lie, going back, it's a blessing. Like,
it is. Because you know how women can be.
I know, but I'm like, girl, you don't look at you gorgeous, so let's be an inspiration to others. And let you talk your shit a little bit, like but my wife, talk about healthy competition. My wife killed it so much for my 45th birthday. I was like, shit, I might have to.
Man, I won for that year.
I might have to buy a house in Costa Rica, but before that, I got some things planned, because I'm an outshiner, like, because that's what we do. Like,
we'll see.
We'll see. I am. I am, but that shit, I had to recalibrate. I was like, oh.
No, we do this every year with the healthy competition. We're celebrating each other.
Yeah, like I've never been celebrated like I have with her. It's just, it's different. Honestly, I've probably never really celebrated anybody in my life, to be honest with you. So we just it's good, man. For the people that rock with us, we appreciate you. We just wanted to get something out and just say hello. We back at it. We're gonna start doing this twice a month, and really kind of just putting out this content. Like I said, we have some other projects coming up. We have another platform that we're launching called, what's it called? The Black. I was getting mixed up.
Bar Chronicles in Black.
Bar Chronicles in Black, which is on IG right now, but we just kind of letting it chill. But we're gonna launch it soon, and it's one of the things we love when we go out, we go to different bars, and it's not necessarily even a drink, because there's been 1 or 2 times we didn't even drink or alcohol, but for us it's our way to kind of decompress and just honestly work out. Like if we got some issues, we work them out there, and or we just need to
just enjoy each
other.
We
just enjoy each other. So that's kind of become our haven. Like it don't matter how fancy the restaurant is, if they have a bar, we're gonna sit at the bar. So we've been sitting, from Italy to Panama to all the places we've been around the country. Like we just have sat at bars and captured those moments. So we're gonna have fun with that too. And we're just gonna keep it moving. So we all the people that rock with us and listen to us and follow us on IG. We appreciate you. We know some of you guys have experienced a lot of success, but also a lot of heartbreak. Mm-hmm. And we pray for you, and we hope that what we put out or what we do can just give inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody
or laughter.
Yeah, laughter. We just be just chilling, like every now and then I hear somebody say, like, man, y'all just put out the good stuff, or whatever they say. And but I'm like, we're honest, like, we have moments. We had moments during the holiday where shit was just all the way, it just fucked up from the vantage point of you were going through stuff. Yeah. I was maybe going through stuff or trying to figure out how to support you, and that's just an ongoing journey that we're both on. But we got it together. But it took us a whole 24 hours to get through that rough patch. I mean, shit was just. I mean, it was rough. It was rough. But and that happens every year around the holidays for us. And so as friends, as couples, as
and it's not something that you can truly anticipate, because you say it's around the holidays, so we know the holidays are the same time each year.
Mm-hmm.
But you still can't anticipate how you're gonna feel,
right?
How you're gonna project that, how you're gonna manage it when you receive it.
Yeah.
So we're constantly working through that.
Yeah.
I can't say, especially because I think it's more so me than you going through that as life goes on each year. You would think things would get easier, but it doesn't when you're managing, losses and challenges and emotions behind that. So I'm gonna try to, be nicer.
Nah. Look,
I don't even know it. It's
I mean, you could be nicer.
It's just a hard time. A hard time.
You can be nicer during other times, but in life, my
wife
is a hazer. So look, it's funny. I'm glad you touched on that, because when we were in Panama, like, our first day was rough. It's the start of the holiday. My wife is going through stuff. I'm trying to pinpoint what's wrong, so I'm getting frustrated. And then it finally came out, and we went back and forth, and figured it out, and we got through it. But one of the things that she said to me, and I told her this, and I've been sharing this with just other people. We talk about in relationships, like, what do you sign up for, right? It could be anything. And my wife is a very strong person. She, outside of her best friends, like, you've been in past relationships where, people said that this is what they signed up for, but when it's, when it hit, the motherfuckers was like,
you get in the midst of it.
And so, the thing that I was emphatic about when we were in Panama, I told you, I was like, look, this is what I signed up for. Not before we got together, like 2012, whatever. I signed up for the best and the quote unquote worst of you. And so I had to tell you, I had to convince you and tell you, like, look, you don't have to go through this on your own. Put that shit on me. Just, let me know what you're going through and put it on me. Like, this is what I'm here for. I 3 years ago I said, look, this is what I'm signing. I already knew.
Yeah, it's hard I understand. To just be that way, right? Because I don't want to burden you. I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you, so I kind of hold it in and then it explodes, unfortunately.
Nah, that's cool. But look, when my college football team was losing all last year, shout out to the Florida Gators. Like, I was like, I'm putting all this shit on you. I'm upset. I'm mad. But seriously, like, my wife is like you. And I think this is the case in particular with a lot of people. Like, you don't want to. I'm like that to an extent. Like, I don't want to be a burden. Yeah. But I trust you so much that I know if I'm having a rough day or off week, I can put some of that on you or put all of it on you. Yeah. And depending what you're going through, we're still going to be okay. And so it sucked because we had to go through that uncomfortable moment of, like,
and we were on vacation.
We was on vacation, but I think honestly that's why God did it, because if we had been at home, it would have been a lot harder to push through. But we were on vacation, so we knew we had to push through. And sometimes you have to change your environment in order to figure things out. And so I'm actually glad it happened in a super sexy hotel in Panama. Then we have a nice home, but it's home. We're used to it. And I think when you go on vacation, to an extent, like, it's good if you could take some hours or maybe a day, depending on how long you have to talk about some of the things that you might not want to address at home. Because when we're here, we're in the rut, we're in the grind. Right. Vacation is like, all right, let's have some whatever fruity drinks you have and my little stuff, and let's get through it. So, and we were kid free, so that was also the other part about it. So yeah, I mean, it's man, we again, we're just thankful. We've been going for about 30-something minutes. Anything else you want to say?
It's 2023, and I hope everybody who's listening to this have an amazing 2023.
Pastor Michelle.
Right? Let me give you a word real quick.
Let me give you the word.
You talked about intentionality.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people often, at work and in my circles, you do everything with intention. Go start the day off with good intention, right? We don't know how it's going to unfold, but we can control how we start the day. It starts with how we think of ourselves, how we think of others, and find your word for 2023. Lock into that, move forward with that. Challenges are going to come, yes, but 2023 feels good to me. Feels like a really good, prosperous year. A year of learning and growth, expansion.
So this is why I don't do, like, resolutions and say this, because I've had years where I was like, oh, quote unquote, this is my year, and it went completely different than what I thought. I've had years.
And it was supposed to.
No, but it was supposed. And it was. And it was. Listen, little
woman.
But you
started off the year with good intention.
Listen.
Don't start off with negativity.
See how my wife cut me off?
Because I'm positive over here. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. But no, I've also had years where, like, I thought I didn't really think much of it, and they were some of the best years of my life. So for me, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in, because I feel like a lot of people come in and they wait, like, oh, in the new year I'm gonna do this, or it's working out or whatever. And I'm like, a lot of times people saying that in like June right. or October. I'm like, that's 3 or 4 months that you got to start whatever it is you need to start. And so I just believe in starting it. I get it. It's the renewal, it's the freshness of the new year. But just start it. Whatever it is, just start it. It's never a perfect time to take a great opportunity or seize the moment.
And start it with fear sometimes, right?
I mean,
or
just
a sense of nervousness or
I won't say
uncertainty, but you still got to start it.
I won't say start it with nerves. I mean, if you are nervous or you're scared, just channel that in the right way. Like, I get nervous when I speak, and it could be to 1,000 people or to like 30 kids, third graders.
Being nervous and being fearful sometimes hold people back. That's
what but if I was about to finish
a couple of steps ahead of you. I know.
I was about to finish my thought. Like, honestly, I feel like yeah, you know how, like, you see like the pimps and they talk on their hoes. I feel like you the pimp and I'm the hoe. You finishing my sentences.
This is a duo podcast. So,
hey, look, we real ignorant around here. We real ignorant.
It's gonna be a solo in a minute.
Like we
do all the time.
Like we talk a lot of shit to each other just around how we. I mean, we have fun. Like I say like we slap box, but like it'd be her slapping me. I'd be trying to.
Oh, when you slap.
Yeah, like why you ain't move? I thought you was gonna move, but no. I mean, to your point, I know I'm nervous. I've had anxiety over the last probably 2 years with this new project, this film and everything else, and now that it's really happening, and I know you've had anxiety with the launch of your product, of your brand, and your line. But I think the times when I wasn't nervous about something, especially professionally related, I didn't do well because I was probably too comfortable. Right. So it's just all how you channel that energy. You can't let the fear, to your point, overtake you. Whether it's fear of starting, or a lot of people have fear of success. When they start seeing success, now the expectation is actually added, right. and people, kind of.
It's like, how do I keep going?
How do I keep going? And I've known people to quit in the midst of like some really, powerful and positive success. So, we just here hustling and. What's all the cliches? Hustling, grinding, all that other shit. Mm-hmm. But I just pray for happiness, whatever that means. Today, whatever that means, a year from now, I just want us to be happy, and healthy, and across the board, and we just go from there. So that's it, man. No Formula 22 podcast. Even though we've known each other now for 25 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 25. But 98. 98. Yes, you've been very blessed.
Listen.
You've been very blessed.
So have you.
I apologize for some of the things I put you through.
Anita Baker better
I was young. Anita Baker going on tour.
You gonna take me to see her?
Maybe not.
Just got a couple of hits I like.
You just gotta sit back and just let me in.
Surprises come. I like surprises though, so you can give me some surprises. I'll be. I get
that from your father-in-law. Like I just. My dad is just like the king of surprises, and the way he celebrates my mom and just us too. He be surprising us all the time, or Kaden. They don't care about us. They just pop up. But
don't let him know that we're coming.
But yeah, but I always like when I share something with my dad, like, Dad, I'm about to do this for Michelle. He be like, okay, that's how I know it's good.
Yeah,
Dad'll be proud.
Finally.
Yeah, Dad'll be proud.
Hush. About some business.
I will say this about my family and my parents. When Michelle came back into my life for the third or fourth time, and I had to convince my mom that my mom was the first person I called. I knew right away what I wanted. It was very intentional. And so once everything started to happen and so forth, and we became official as a couple, as a union, even before we got married, but when we just became official, my mom said she was just like, I'm not worried about you anymore.
That's amazing.
And that was because of her, because of just the change and growth that I experienced and us being together. And my dad kind of echoed the same sentiment. So my dad doesn't necessarily treat me like I'm 13 anymore. He treats me like I'm like 18.
A grown man.
He treats me like I'm 18. No, he actually might say I get 21. That's still my dad. But he's earned the right to do that. And so yeah,
they're just proud of you, and they're proud of your growth.
They're proud of us. They are definitely proud of us, and it's cool. It's cool to see. So that's it. We appreciate y'all. I'm gonna sign off.